they know if they lose
Your
this
team
game,
is banning.
it's over. They know that so they kind of have to do something different. They're in a spot where they're not comfortable. They're in a spot where, man, what do we do now? Two strategies haven't worked. We think we beat them in the drafts, but we lose in the game. We think we beat them in the whole first half of the game, but we lose again. At this point, you're really kind of caught in your heads. They need to keep their cool. They can't go too crazy. They can't do anything out of this world. They need to ultimately play better, because that's where BTK's beating them. They had them in the early game last time, and they still lost.
Absolutely. And I do love to see Area 77 making some reactionary bans, understanding they did not find success with that Roger, so they're going to go ahead and ban that out. And we also see a Phobius ban. Phobius was extremely scary. He had a 2v1 where, it really felt like he shouldn't have, but so did Lapu Lapu over on the side of Area 77, so I will give that to them. But I love the fact that they are not banning meta, they are banning reactionary to how last game went. They don't want to play Roger, and they definitely don't want Zane on Roger. We're going to have to see what Cardi elects to ban here. I would actually love to see an Xborg, because Xborg played fantastic last match. And, if we don't see an Xborg ban here, I think we're going to see Area 77 immediately picking it up. We have a couple more seconds on that ban, and we have the Esmeralda ban locked. So I would be shocked if we don't see an Xborg first pick here.
Yeah, definitely possibly an Xborg. Xborg did amazing last game. But BTK not really ever. Matilda, also a nice pick. We don't want to give Matilda to Shark. We know how much of a monster Shark is with Matilda, but because of that pick, Cardi now locking in the Xborg, and Hoy now locking in the Lilia. Something we've seen Hoy do amazing with. Yeah, MVP in the first game, 0 kills, 14 assists? And what I can say from the side of BTK is they haven't really switched up their first 3 bans a whole lot in this final series, And when you see a team doing that, we talked about it in the very beginning of this tournament. We talked about teams constantly switching their bans and this and that. When you see a team that doesn't have to switch their bans, you know that they're in a good headset. You know that they feel comfortable. They're not exactly worried about any of your choice picks. And if a team is worried about the enemy's choice picks, they're already on the losing side of this field. If they have to worry about who exactly you're picking, and it's not something like an Xborg or a Matilda or something that's super meta right now, then you're already in a bad side. Moba Zane looking like he's going to lock in this Granger. Alberto going Ling, the first assassin hyper we've seen in this final series so far.
Absolutely, and I do have to roll it back just a second here, because
your team is
Area 77 selected Matilda, they did it in a reaction because BTK banned out that Esmeralda. And did you see how quick BTK locked in that Borg and Lilia? They knew that they were going to be playing into a Matilda. They knew. That's exactly why they banned this Esmeralda. BTK is in their heads in Area 77's draft right now. They know exactly what they're picking, and they're picking extremely reactionary. We do see that Barca ban from the side of BTK. I like it because we're gonna start to take away Sherlock's potential mages, because he hasn't selected one yet, and they already have Hoy selected on that Lilia, which we know is a fantastic pick for him. Ruby ban on the side of Area 77 is fantastic, but it's time to get reactionary. That Barat has found a lot of success, even scooping up the Roger in one of the last Lord fights that kind of gave BTK the game.
Yeah, I don't know if that Ruby was the most amazing ban. I think they should be picking apart Shark right now, or picking apart Fried Chicken. I mean, yes, those I talked about a second ago, and it sounds like I'm contradicting myself. Those first 3 bans, BTK's been comfortable. They haven't needed to pick apart any of the teams. But time and time again, we know these last 2 bans in a 10 ban thing like this, we know those last 2 need to be targeted. And I mean, we haven't seen Ruby picked once really in this series so far from the side of BTK. Yeah, Ruby might be a slight counter to some of the team, or maybe something they're going to pick in the future, but I don't honestly believe it was the most amazing pick here.
Absolutely. I don't really believe that Ruby was a good ban here. We do see Alice getting banned out on the side of BTK. I like this ban because they need a magic side lane. And you know who else is banned? Esmeralda and Kaja. So I think they're really thinking about what they're going to be able to pick. And there we go. There's that Barat's ban that I was expecting just to go a little bit earlier in the ban. At least they do it because, I mean, Barat just really was finding a lot of success over on the side of BTK in the past 2 matches. So, you know, I got to give it to Area 77. Yuzhong is open, and it's really strong. You know, Chicken's probably going to hover it at least. But we got to give it to Area 77 here for, you know, changing their bans up a little bit. The Cho pick is actually strong here. Imagine if he finds a kick onto the Ling.
That's the plan. We haven't seen Cho for a while just because he's been getting banned here and there. So he hasn't even been in my head, but ultimately an amazing pick. He's going to be able to get Lupin out of the way if he wants. He's going to be able to get this Ling out of the way. If Ling just gets a little too close to him in a team fight, he's done for. And we've seen how, I mean, both teams, almost every team that's been able to play a Cho, the Cho has done well. You know, we've seen BTK players with Cho just run through team fights, not worried about anyone else, and target the person they need to. Low skill player pulling in this Hayabusa, maybe as a goal to possibly get to the back line of MOBA Zane, but ultimately BTK looking very strong in this draft right now.
It looks like Area 77 is going to elect to select that Hayabusa, so they have a double assassin. But I think the goal is to lock on to MOBA Zane here, because you can't lock on to Lilia, you can't lock on to Cardi, you can potentially lock on the Chicken, but God forbid you get kicked, you're done for. And you know, BTK is in the driver's seat of this draft, because here's why. You know, we thought they would select Yuzhong. You wanna know why they didn't select Yuzhong there? Because they were pretending that Cho was going to be that tank. And look, we have Shark on Akai, big brother Shark looking out for his team, finding that fantastic triple kill in the previous matches where BTK won this draft. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, they definitely completely destroyed this draft. This is going to be a very tough game for Area 77 this May. And the reason why I sound not as excited as I have in some of the past games, because ultimately this looks like the 3-0 sweep right here. This looks like BTK's already won this game, you know, and at least in the past 2 drafts, it seemed pretty even. But right now, Team BTK, Bloodthirsty Kings, just looking extremely powerful.
Yeah, that draft was insane. We are about to jump into Game 3. Here we go. Area 77, your backs are against the wall. The draft did not go your way, but you are NA's #2 team currently. We're going to have to see something, if anything, if they do not want to get swept in this best of 5.
Yeah, you know, and I think BTK already looking very aggressive. Cardi doing a great job as a Chow. Hayabusa should not be going down to mess with him. I mean, maybe you don't want to let him try to get onto that Ling taking the blue buff, but still, if you lose any XP from this lane, it's going to be bad. You know, sometimes the best thing when your lane's getting cut is maybe not go back. Obviously, he was able to capitalize on all of the XP from his own lane, but we might be having some early game engages already.
It's like we're already going to have a little bit of an engage. Hayabusa trying to find some poke, but he's going to be unsuccessful in doing so. So it will be a disengage. One thing I do have to talk about here, actually, as I say this, Cho and Shark are jumping onto this Hayabusa. Hayabusa going down extremely low. They're actually going to like to dive, so somebody's going down here, and it will be first blood for BTK. Shark, big brother Shark, finding that kill onto Hayabusa in the first opening minute of this match.
You know, they're going to try to maybe catch this Chow, but they misguessed the bush, and they're just not able to do it there. And right there, BTK showing the dive potential of this Akai, you know, and this Chow, like both of them. You don't want to be in a lane against these 2 guys, both able to get in and out of a tower so quickly. BTK showing how they won the draft already. We're only a minute and 43 seconds in, and you have to think about this, right? The past 2 games have been very slow in the beginning, but I think BTK knows they won the draft, and that's why they're securing these kills already. You know, they're not worried. They have this Granger who's going to be doing crazy early game damage, but
however, we do have Ling pop in the open, but he's going to be unsuccessful in finding Cardi. Cardi might be able to walk away with his life here, and is actually going to be able to walk away with his life. And you know what that secures for BTK? The first turtle of this Game 3. Are you kidding me? How did Cho get out of that? We'll never know. It's absolutely insane. But You know, Ling knew he was taking a risk there, and he knew Turtle was going to go down, so the whole goal was to kill Cho and trade a tower, but they're unsuccessful in doing so, and we are seeing that gold lead start to arise from BTK, 1,000 in their favor now.
You know, Area 77 has such a disadvantage right here, because normally, Lupin, the person playing Matilda right now, would be giving vision to Area 77, but because of the nice advantage that BTK is holding right now with some of this early game lead and with some of this early game damage potential, she has to sit around Ling and watch him while he's getting his blue buff. You know, she has to kind of babysit Ling a little bit. We just saw it happening. Ling's taking his blue, and instead of Matilda being up in the river, kind of being the aggressive player that Lupin sometimes is, or even patient sitting in enemy jungle bushes, they're not able to do that. You know, Matilda and Sherlock haven't really been able to take any picks on their own, and it's definitely looking rough because of that for Area 77.
Are a step behind in this game. They're looking for plays, and it's just every single time been unsuccessful. Jumping up in that bush, trying to find the Cho. Ling trying to find the Cho. We have Granger securing a turtle when Ling wanted to secure the tower, but was not able to. You know, we do see a little bit of a team fight potentially breaking out here. Chicken popping his ultimate, maybe a little preemptively, but trying to scare away Area 77. But Area 77 understands they can't let this snowball get any bigger than it already has became. And they're going to try to press up on Mobazane here just a little bit. We have Matilda jumping onto Mobazane. She's not going to be able to do enough herself. She's only level 4. Hayabusa is electing to rotate bottom for this turtle fight. So Area 77 is 100% going for this. We see Bor going up to clear top. So this will be a 5v4 in favor of Area 77. BTK is just going to place mistakes, and there's a mistake there. I don't think Alberto meant to stop that turtle. And that's going to proc Mobazane to be able to start this turtle and bring a little bit of rotation from this board. And actually, we see Ling disengaging from the turtle. So this is potentially going to just be a free turtle for Mobazane. Luckily, Area 77 was able to make the turtle have to disengage to go down. But this will be a turtle take for BTK, completely uncontested. They're going to have to find this pick on the top side, which they're definitely jumping into it for. And Poor Chicken is looking extremely low here.
What a miss.
Is he going to be able to get away? Actually, it's going to be a kill onto the X-Borg, and Ling barely gets away.
That was close.
You're not grabbing that tower anytime soon, Area 77.
You know, Area 7, you know, I think what I can give to them right now is they are kind of doing a good play with this Ling. They're just letting him farm. He knows he can't take that, but this is bad.
We do see Akai jumping onto the Lapu there. Lapu falling down again and again. This is unfortunate. It's a 2-1 now for BTK, and also a 1,500 gold lead. They're going to have to find something soon. I think Area 77 knows that, so now the pressure is on. Pop builds it on the Chicken. Chicken has the ultimate of himself, but Hayabusa was able to pop his ultimate as well to deter the damage. We are going to see Chicken go down here, and yet probably this tower as well. So here we go. Area 77 beginning to answer back with something of their own, but look at the choke kick.
Oh my god!
He is going to go into BTK Mobazane, and Mobazane is able to secure that pick onto Mercy and potentially a tower. This is the BTK that we know and love. This is the BTK that we talk about. When you make a play, we make two. When you think you're taking a turtle, we're going to find something across the map. And as I say that, Lilia finds a pick onto Ling. It's all going wrong for Area 77 here.
What a look at this. Boom! Flickers in. I mean, what a play from Cardi right there. And this is, BTK is in the zone right now. They know they have a lead, and they're going to keep up this aggressive push like we see them do so much. They don't want to be patient, you know, and they're just going to keep pushing. Area 77 is not in a good spot. As we've seen so many times with the side of BTK, Mobazane, no deaths. Alberto, 1 death. You know, the jungle is falling behind the side of Area 77, and that is not a position you want to be in with BTK. That is not a position you want to be in. This is where, you know, Area 77, the last time, the only reason why they were close to winning is because they had that early game. But when BTK gets this early game, they know how to take advantage of it. They're not going to mess up the Lord take. When that Lord pops up in 2 minutes here, it's going to be tough. Area 77 in a very bad spot. Maybe the only possible chance, if Ling can maybe rely on his team to hold back BTK, which I don't see happening, you know, maybe Ling can farm and get some possible steals. They also have this Hayabusa who can maybe get some split push on. That looks like it could be their only chance.
Absolutely, but look how scary BTK looks, just running around the map in Area 77. It feels like they're trying to run away and go where BTK is not, but BTK does not care about that. They're just going to keep chasing them. You know, we do have jungle farm back up, so that gives Zane something to do for a little bit, but when Zane has no jungle farm, he's looking for these picks, and oh, he's been finding them with his team. You know, we have Cardi has 3 of the 4 kill participations, finding some pretty epic kicks onto the side of Area 77, and it looks like Mercy and Lupin are looking to find a pick of their own. They have Cardi completely pushed out, so if they're gonna find a pick now's their chance. We do see Cardi going extremely into the backline, but as I say that, Hayabusa goes down over on the other side of the map. Area 77 loses 2. Trying to look for the Cho, and you know who hasn't gone down this entire time? The Cho. So it's another complete win for BTK here.
Yeah, I mean, right now, watching Shark play this Akai and everything, he just does so well with it. I mean, he could have picked Akai in any of these games, you know, in any of them. But the hero pool from BTK is just so amazing. You know, they can play so many heroes, and they play so well with all of them. You know, it doesn't matter who you ban, and that's why they don't care about these bans. That's why they always pick to mostly the same thing in those first 3, because they know that they feel comfy against whoever you go. We are seeing some items finally start to come in, but you know, Area 77 just very far behind at the 9-minute mark. Lord is up. Does BTK take it right away, or do they wait for Super Lord to come at 12 minutes?
BTK, they're probably going to get ready to take it right away. I mean, they just love the way they snowball, and even if it doesn't end the game, it's going to secure them more towers, and it's going to push their lead even further into their favor. You know, I think when BTK has a lead, they don't let their foot off the pedal, and that's exactly what they're going to do. We do have Zane clearing up his jungle creeps right now, maybe going to elect to grab his red buff before starting this Lord to increase the burst potential on the Lord. And that's exactly what he's going to do. So Area 77, it feels like a do or die. And the problem is you're down 5k. So unless you find success like BTK did last game, we might be seeing a 3-0 sweep here. And matter of fact, they're putting a lot of pressure on the side of BTK. And as I say this, here comes Cardi. Cardi going down extremely low here, putting a kick onto Berto, but will not be enough. So that is a pick for the side of Area 77, but you know, BTK understands that Ling is bottom, and they're not going to be able to contest this. They have a retry on the side of Mobazane, and Mobazane's able to retry that Lord. Now Area 77 needs to get out of here, but look at the damage from Mobazane. They have no more towers, so Merciless is going to go down. We might be seeing a potential base trade here because Ling and Hai are not recalling. They are going to elect to do the smarter pick and recall here, and we are going to see potentially Chicken going down. But, no, there we go. But actually, Chicken does go down for the last second, so it will be a trade. But you do not want to trade when you have Lord Waves crashing at your base.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they should have stayed there and finished off that Lord. Maybe one of them should have. I don't know if that double recall was the best, you know, because now it is what? 4v5. I mean, 4v4. So, I guess, yes, go back. But still, I feel like right when they got Cardi, they should have went straight for that Lord. They had an advantage, 5v4. Ling and Hai with their mobility may have been able to make it in time to possibly get a steal. But that's then. This is now. Lord is here at the base. BTK. BTK looking to start this fight off, but you know who does start it off? We do have low skill player finding a pick on the Cardi in a solo fight. We do have BTK trying to grab any inhibitor tower we can. Look at the Shark ultimate onto the Kagura. Kagura gets picked off immediately by Mobazane. And look at Matilda all the way around the map. It's not going to be enough. The burst damage was there, but I don't think it'll be enough. Actually, Mobazane goes down. This is not the burst you want to go down, and Lilia already popped the ultimate. So we do have a double kill on the side of Area 77. We have the immortality being tossed on Shark. Shark is trying to run away, but BTK is in the back pedal for the first time. Gold lead has dwindled, and we do see Shark trying to run away from the Hayabusa. I don't know if he's going to be successful in doing so because we have the ultimate, and there we go. Area 77 has traded back. Gold lead is gone. It is officially going to be probably 60-40, but you know, it feels like a 50-50 match again. Yeah, definitely a big comeback from Area 77. You know, this is what I've talked about with BTK. You know, after that Lord went down, they should have just taken their bottom inhibitor tower and backed off. And this is where I worry about seeing them going to M3. You know, you can't make those mistakes. You cannot make those mistakes because right here against a pro level team, I'm not saying Area 77 isn't pro level because they took advantage of that mistake. You know, BTK they should have been patient there. They should have taken their material and backed off, but because they got a little greedy, we see them almost a complete team wipe. Area 77 is now back in this game. Yes, Area 77 is still behind, still 2K gold behind, and many towers behind, but if BTK makes another mistake like that, the game could fall into the hands of Area 77. Look at some of this gold. You know, Ling now starting to come back and catch up to Granger.
Absolutely, he's catching up. He's only about 1,000 gold down now. And it's crazy. This is why they picked that double assassin. They were able to have Ling capitalize and jump onto Mobazane, so Mobazane wasn't able to jump into this team fight. So Mobazane goes down. That's a 4th-year goal, but speaking of going down, we have a fantastic party kick onto this Matilda. Matilda going down, but not if Berto has something to say about it. Not going to be able to kill this. That's what
nice pick.
Hayabusa ultimate is going to recall in their face.
He's done for.
He's done for. But at least they found the pick, I guess. He has shut down onto the Hayabusa, unfortunately. So that is 2 going down for on Area 77.
Yeah, I mean, both teams playing very aggressive right here. I don't know if if Hayabusa should have went for that pick. Maybe, you know, you couldn't get it. You guys couldn't take out fried chicken. Maybe back off. You know, it's just a side laner for a side laner ultimately. And I don't know if that was worth it. Area 77 finally gets a comeback here. They need to play smarter than BTK. You know, I keep talking about it. Area 7 just needs to play better. And if they can play smart, that's their only opportunity. Let BTK mess up because you can't make any mistakes in the position you're down in. But Lord is back up. Can Area 77 maybe get a secure onto it for once?
We'll have to find out, but you know, look at Cho and look at Granger in the top side, just continuing the pressure onto Area 77. Somebody has to answer that, and Lord's all the way across the map. And look, see, look at that mobility from Granger, already pressuring towards that Lord wave. We have Cardi hiding in the bushes. I don't know if low skill player knows this. We're gonna find out soon enough. But oh my goodness, Area 77 all the way hidden in this bush, potentially looking to go for a steal here. I don't know if BTK is going to be able to check this. They have no shot of knowing that he's in this bush, so he is going to look to make a play here. We're going to have to find out and see what happens. Here comes Lupin. They didn't realize he was going to be there, and Mobazane's completely pushed out of this Lord pit. We do have Gogger finding the pick on Cardi. Oh my god, Big Brother Shark finding Ling. This gets secured. The Lord for the Shark going extremely low here. Now BTK is in the driver's seat. Double kill for Granger. Matilda trying to find any burst damage. Triple kill will not be enough. And we do have Conqueror actually finding a pick onto Lilia, but it's not going to be enough. Potentially a Maniac for Mobazane. We do have a Maniac, and low skill player has to recall now because they're not interested in the Lord. They're interested in a 3-0 sweep, which they're most likely going to do. All Hayabusa can do is ult away. Will it be enough? That minion's going down extremely low, but so is Hayabusa. Hayabusa goes down. It's a complete team wipe, and BTK is going to take this game. 3-0 sweep.
3-0 sweep. This is it. BTK winning the grand finals of this tournament. Give it up to them.
What a match that was, and what a series, and what a performance from BTK. A 3-0 sweep in the finals. They did not drop a single match this entire tournament. I'm speechless. They played fantastic. They were down 5,000 gold in one match, but they kept their composure, and they showed us why they're the bloodthirsty kings, because they came back into that match and they won. They put the nerves on the Area 77, and they never let off the gas in this best of 5 record.